A very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News, coming to you live and direct from the Prime TV studios with me, Abrar Abid. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. Petitions against Gotabaya taken up. A warning against railway workers. Atauda and Ekanaika support Sajid. UNP Special Convention tomorrow. Migrant death toll in Mediterranean tops 1,000. Orders have been issued by the General Manager of the Railway Department to consider railway employees who have not reported to their duties have vacated their positions. The relevant heads of division of the Railway Department have been ordered to take action against the employees who were not present for their jobs. Railway engine drivers, station masters and supervisors will be subject to the measure. In more local news, former Minister Atauda Seniviratne and former Deputy Minister W.B. Ekanaika have extended their support to presidential candidate of the United National Front, Minister Sajid Premadasa. Atauda Seniviratne and W.B. Ekanaika declared their stance addressing a press briefing held at the Minister Mangala Samaravira's residence. Atauda Seniviratne used to be a parliamentarian representing the Kegaul district and held a number of ministerial portfolios. W.B. Ekanaika was an Anuradhapura district parliamentarian. He happened to be an organizer of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party as well. Both politicians pledged to be committed for the victory of Minister Sajid Premadasa. In more local news, a special convention of the United National Party will be held at the Sugratasa Indoor Stadium in Colombo tomorrow under the aegis of party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe. In the convention, it is expected to endorse Deputy Leader Sajid Premadasa's presidential candidacy. In more news, a number of new buildings constructed under the Pibidumu Polonnaruwa program were opened today under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. A new building of Kumudupura Primary School was vested in students by the President. He was warmly welcomed and escorted to the school by the students. After religious observations, a memorial plaque was unveiled. The building was constructed at an expense of 5.5 million rupees. The President also donated books and stationery to the school. Then a building of Hunguragoda Pahala Ambagaswever Sri Rahula Junior School, which was built at a cost of 5.6 million rupees, was opened. Several projects were carried out in the aim of improving religious resilience. The new Sunday school building of Medarigiriya Sri Jayabimbarama Viharaya, constructed under Pibidemu Polonnaruwa program, was opened by the President. 2.8 million rupees was spent on the project. The President then attended the opening of the new building of Medarigiriya Sri Vijayarama Viharaya, which was completed at a cost of 3.5 million rupees. The new Dhanashala of Madarigiriya Navanagara Saraswati Pirivana was vested in Mahasangha by the President. 7.4 million rupees were allocated to the construction of the building. President Maithripala Sirisena also received the blessings of Mahasangha. The Supreme Court today permitted to hear 12 petitions that have been filed against IGP Pujit Jayasundara, who is on compulsory leave, and former Defence Secretary Hemasri Fernando. The petitioners charged that the two suspects had been unable to avert Easter Sunday terror attacks due to their negligence. The Supreme Court today ordered to take up the petitions on the 20th of January. The Apex Court decided that fundamental rights of the petitioners in accordance with the country's constitution have been violated, prima facie. The Supreme Court accordingly ordered the defendants to appear before the court on the next hearing. The decision to hear the case was taken by a 7-member judge bench of the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the 4th Magistrates Court today ordered to take up the case against former head of the terrorist investigation of police, former DIG Nalaka De Silva, and underworld gang leader Makandure Madush again on the 6th of November. The two have been accused of plotting to kill VIPs, including incumbent President Maithripala Sirisena and former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The Criminal Investigation Department informed the court that Makandure Madush is being interrogated under further investigations. A stalwart of the National Tawheed Jamaat organization, Ahmadu Muhammad Arshad, was remanded till the 16th of this month by the 4th Magistrates Court. The suspect is accused of involving in communication activities to propagate the idea that the Easter Sunday attack is linked with the ISIS. The 4th Magistrates Court also ordered to submit progress of the investigations being carried out in regard to the suspect of the Easter Sunday attack. Meanwhile, the Colombo High Court ordered to take up the case that has been filed by the Bribery Commission against former Minister Vimal Veeravansha on the 27th of November. Veeravansha has allegedly earned money and property worth 75 million rupees in 6 years without declaring proper means. Media spokesman of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Veerakumara Dissanayake, says attention has been drawn on the agreement for creating an alliance between the SLFP and the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. Parliamentarian Dissanayake was speaking at a media briefing held at the SLFP headquarters today. He highlighted that the particulars pertaining to the agreement between the two parties were submitted to the SLPP and its presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday. The spokesman noted that party symbol has been an issue to create a common alliance between the SLPP and SLFP. Hence, he believes that the issue can be resolved within several days. The parliamentarian stated that President Maithripala Sirisena held a discussion with seniors of the UNP, including presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa. He noted that the discussion was focused on current situation in the country and the political developments. Veerakumara Dissanayake also said that the president has the authority to discuss with any political entity in the country. Secretary to the Ministry of Internal and Home Affairs H.M. Gamini Senaviratne announces that the 4th of October has not been declared as a government holiday. In more local news, a special dengue prevention program will be launched tomorrow. An island-wide prevention program will be carried for 3 days, specially targeting South, West, Sabaragamuwa and Central provinces, according to National Dengue Prevention Unit. Still in local news, Senior Additional Solicitor General Sanjay Rajaratnam has been appointed as the Acting Solicitor General by the Public Services Commission. Sanjay Rajaratnam has been appointed to the position as Dilrukshi Dias Vikramasinghe was suspended recently. In more news at home, Deputy US Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Martin T. Kelly, called on leader of the Ceylon Workers' Congress parliamentarian Arumugam Thondaman in Nora Elia. According to our reporters, they have discussed about current political situation, the upcoming presidential election and issues of the state sector people. The discussion has lasted more than 1 hour. The meeting was also attended by Provincial Councillor of the Uva Province, Sendil Thondaman, and several other political figures. In more local news, presidential candidate General Mahesh Senanayake says alternative political forces have been created in the absence of hope for the common man. He made the comment after paying homage to Ratnapura Mahasaman Devalaya. The general said that uncorrupt and clean persons with a sense of patriotism should be elected to the parliament. He also pointed out that broken promises of politicians who ruled the country during last 70 years in the post-independence context have made the nation helpless.
Meanwhile, to pay tribute to Mahatma Gandhi on the occasion of his 150th birth anniversary, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and High Commissioner Taranjit Singh Sandhu unveiled a bronze bust of Gandhi at Temple Trees in Colombo today. The 42 inches bust of Gandhi in meditative pose has been sculpted by Padma Bhushan awardee sculptor Ram Vinji Sultar, who has to his credit the world's tallest bronze statue of Sardar Vallabhi Patel, 552 feet high. During the occasion, 2 commemorative postal stamps on Mahatma Gandhi issued by Sri Lanka Post were also released by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and High Commissioner Taranjit Singh Sandhu.
The Vavuniya police has apprehended 5 tippers that were transporting soil without due licenses. The police took measures to produce the tippers and the drivers of them before the Magistrates Court of Vavuniya. The arrests were made at the Veerapuram and Puliyankulam areas. The Navy, in coordination with the Sinakudi-Iruppu police, conducted a search in the general area of Sinakudi-Iruppu, Kalpitiya, and apprehended a person with 658 conch shells. Accordingly, the Northwestern Naval Command and the Sinakudi-Iruppu police conducted this raid in the general area of Sinakudi-Iruppu and held the 43-year-old suspect, who is a resident of the same area. The accused, along with the seized conch shells, was handed over to the Assistant Directorate of Fisheries of Puttalam for onward investigation. 2 people who were travelling by a trishaw on the Pulannarwa-Bakamuna main road sustained injuries due to a wild elephant attack. The injured persons were rushed to the Attanakadavala Rural Hospital. The people in the area complained that wild elephants of the Minneria reservation of Giritale have attacked commuters several times prior to the incident. In more news at home, the controller of the Immigration and Immigration Department informed the Court of Appeal today that no document pertaining to the dual citizenship of presidential candidate of the SLPP, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, is in his possession. Senior Deputy Solicitor General Nerine Pulle, who appeared on behalf of the controller of the Immigration and Immigration Department, said that the department has computerized all documents in 2007 and no document was destroyed. The Court of Appeal started hearing the petition regarding the citizenship of presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa today. The petition is seeking for a writ of certiorari to be issued invalidating candidate's passport, national identity card and dual citizenship certificate, as his Sri Lankan nationality had not been secured in a proper way. Filing his preliminary objections, Gotabaya Rajapaksa's lawyer stated that the writ petition should not be considered until the conclusion of ongoing police investigation into the citizenship of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Lawyer Suren Fernando appeared on behalf of petitioners, stated that former President Mahinda Rajapaksa won the election on the 18th of November and before the 21st of November the certificate on dual citizenship was issued. The lawyer said that no secretary had been appointed for the relevant ministry at that time. As no ministers or secretaries had been appointed by the time the dual citizenship certificate was issued, the document should be invalid. The petition that has been filed by Professor Chandragupta Tenura and Gamini Vyangoda challenging the validity of citizenship of Gotabaya Rajapaksa will be taken up again before the Court of Appeal at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. And that is all the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow for the very latest. For the Prime TV News team, I'm Abrar Abid. A very good evening and take care.